What's going on, you wild echidnas? It's me, Idris Elba, and we're here with the Cinephellas boys. That's my good mate over there, Logan Myers. We're back, and we're reviewing all 6 episodes of the Paramount TV Plus Sonic the Hedgehog spinoff show starring Knuckles. That's right, we're talking about Knuckles.
You're mine. I made a promise to protect this planet. I am ready.
Oh, snap! Someone's about to get slapped.
That's right. These two wild boys are back tonight to talk about the brand new Paramount Plus TV series. 6 episode run of Knuckles takes place after the Sonic movies. It kind of fills in the in between leading up until the third film, but this time around we're looking at the Knuckles character and kind of the doofus sidekick, Wade Whipple. He was like, working with James Marsden's character in Sonic, but it's kind of the unlikely duo teamed up here that are making their way to this bowling championship tournament in Reno, Nevada.
It's all centered around bowling. I love that whole aspect. It gives it a family feel, going down to the lanes and having the big match at the end with his dad and everything. Yeah, just a fun show. Definitely not serious at all. It plays heavily into the video games. Wade Whipple's just the biggest goofball, but a lovable guy. I loved his room. It's like pure 90s nostalgia. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sheets and all the posters on the wall from the old movies back then, the music and everything. The soundtrack, the song "I Am a Warrior" playing throughout the episodes. It was kind of the theme here. It was like Wade along with Knuckles, but like Wade like discovering that he was like had more potential and was more than anybody believed in him, and he kind of proves himself by the end. But it was a cool story, a fun story. Obviously, Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik, his whole henchman going after Knuckles, the Echidna, with Knuckles having all these powers. They want to steal the powers. So he's sending these agents after Knuckles, and it leads them into Knuckles teaming with Wade. And it all starts out in the bowling alley, like you mentioned, with Uncle Wade, bowling. He has a teammate who's a real douchebag, and it just leads to a lot of funny comedic situations. Wade Whipple, and then that guy that played his bowling partner there, Jack Sinclair, played by Julian Barrett. He was like the funniest part of this for me. Just like the long fake hair and just playing this extra sleaze bag in the show, and just everything he said was like an insult, and just was always there to bust Wade's balls at the end. But finally Wade got to bust his towards the end of the season when they got on the lane together.
Yeah, it's like a mix between the Big Lebowski and Kingpin. That's what it reminded me of. Has a,
Mm-hmm.
like the 90s vibe to it and a lot of the humor. This TV series is just super funny. Adam Pally playing Wade Whipple, I thought he was the best character in the show. A character that you really don't like and are annoyed by early on, but he really grows on you. He gets better and better. He just doesn't have many brain cells up there, but he has a big heart. He wants to do the right thing. Of course, working alongside Knuckles and making it to this tournament. Just a lot of completely unbelievable situations and scenarios they get themselves into. One that comes to mind is Wade envisions this how he's going to handle the situation. It doesn't turn out like that at all. I think it was like
Nah.
firecrackers or something. It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous. And of course, it has the music playing, and it's something you would see back in the day, like slow motion. But it was just so funny. Just a lot of random
Yeah.
humor and just very lighthearted and fun. And it's a great series to watch. With like younger kids too. They'll have a fun time with this, especially Sonic fans.
Yeah, there's even some old actors that we hadn't seen in a while. Carrie Yule's playing Wade's dad, who basically left him a long time ago, and they had a rough relationship, and Wade's trying to impress him, and it leads up to them bowling against each other at the end. And you see everybody's true colors. Carrie Yule's character, Pistol Pete Whipple, basically this legendary bowler. And of course, Wade and him go head to head in the finale. Wade's mom, Wendy Whipple, played by Stockard Channing. You remember her from way back in the day in Grease. She's back. She's older, obviously. You have that dynamic with the mom, and then he's got a sister an actress that I really love and enjoy, especially on the Righteous Gemstones. Edie Patterson from Righteous Gemstones plays his sister Wanda Whipple. It's just comedic because she's always trying to one up him. She's in the FBI. She's talking about what a loser he is, and he's like basically like a rent-a-cop, and they're always, fighting and bickering throughout this episode that she's introduced, and it's like a family episode with all them at the family home. And yeah, there's just some really goofy humor in it, and really lighthearted, something you can throw on in the background, not really have to pay attention to, but surprisingly something that I wanted to, finish and wanted to watch all the episodes. I didn't want to just like watch one and be done with it. It was just fun enough to watch it all. And if, like we had mentioned before, the animation looks really great. It's cool how they brought him into live action, using this computer animation. Idris Elba voicing Knuckles, of course, is cool. Having him as the voice of Knuckles and watching the action scenes with Knuckles is cool too. But really, what made me like this show was the humor and the fun of it all, and just the outlandish, crazy scenarios that played in Wade's head. The episode, like you mentioned, where he's like imagining how everything goes, and he's basically got like a mascot costume on and he's imagining it, and it's just completely ridiculous and unbelievable.
It sounds like something we would have wrote, with our friendship, just the off the wall, crazy, unbelievable scenarios, and they threw that into the series. And why I probably loved it. You're saying Dr. Channing, unrecognizable. You said that. I didn't even notice she was in like 2 episodes I watched. Like, yeah, I get people get old and stuff with like a facelift. It just did not look like her. So I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
okay. Didn't know that. The rest of the supporting cast is really great. I like the sister in this. I like the bad guys, Dr. Robotnik's people going after Knuckles and trying to steal his powers and things like that. I thought it was just a really fun, mindless, good time on Paramount Plus, and it really gets you excited for the next movie coming out. Ended up binging it one day, 6 episodes. Watched on a Saturday. It's bold, creative. It takes big swings, and there's a lot of good, payoff in this, and it really makes me excited for, future seasons if they do end up bringing this back. And it makes me still be a huge Sonic fan. I remember playing the original games back in the day, and can't believe they're still doing this 30 years later, diving into these characters. And the visual effects are incredible, and it's a great time to be a video game fan, and I'm glad they made this series. So that being said, I'm going to give Knuckles, currently streaming on Paramount Plus, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Wade Whipple hair pieces.
I'm going to agree with you. Yeah, this is just a lot of fun playing Sonic all those years ago on Sega, and now seeing it go into the movies, and now on Paramount Plus as a TV show is really awesome and brings me back to childhood. And it just has that humor that we love, this silly, goofy humor all throughout. We even got to see the Hound there from Game of Thrones playing one of the Robotnik's henchmen there. I would have liked to seen more of him. He kind of is there at the beginning for a little bit, and then you don't see him, and he comes back at the end as the big henchman that kind of fights Knuckles at the end. Would have been nice to see a little more of him, but loved Kerry Yules. He plays the same sleazebag character that he's known to play. He just plays it to a T, though. He really, plays it like, you could imagine his character being him, this big shot bowler dressed like a magician or something, and just a complete asshole to his son, of course. And but yeah, this is just a fun watch, and a show that you can watch with your family. My son enjoyed it too, and you can watch it on Paramount Plus, and it bridges the gap in between, Sonic 2 and the upcoming Sonic 3, which I'm really looking forward to. So with that being said, yeah, me too. I'm going to give Knuckles, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Kerry Yules hair pieces.
Anyways, want to hear from all you wild rascals out there. What did you like about Knuckles? What didn't you like about it? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to stay in. Subscribe. Also, check out these wild hedgehogs on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news, and reviews.
Well, it's time to go dust off that old Sega Genesis and throw on Sonic and Knuckles. So until the next Cinephellas TV review, I'm Uncle Henry Hill.
And I'm Uncle Logan Myers. Until the next TV review. Sega!